Give it up for the class of 2024! It is my honor to introduce Brookline High School's Camerata Choir, led by Dr. Mike Driscoll, as they perform the Star-Spangled Banner.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Will the students giving our international welcome please come to the stage? Thank you to our class marshals, Will Finkley and Harrison Sclaver, for leading in the class of 2024. Hello, everyone. I'm Dean Kendall Jones, the other dean for the class of 2024. And on behalf of my fellow deans and our dean of students, Summer William and Astrid Allen, I want to welcome you to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2024. At Brookline High School, we take great pride in all of our ways we show that diversity shines. One of the many ways in which we are diverse is in the more than 70 languages spoken by our students in our hallways. Today, we offer you greetings in some of those languages.
Olis! My name is Samaria Núñez and my language of origin is Spanish. Bienvenidos a la ceremonia de graduación de Brookline High School para la promoción 2024. Hoy celebramos el final de una etapa y también el comienzo a un futuro brillante. Mi gente, que lo disfruten. Bienvenidos.
Xin chào. My name is Matthew Wing and my language of origin is Vietnamese. Chào đón mọi người. Daniel là ra trường của Brookline High, lớp 2024.
Здравейте. My name is Elena Nikovsky and my language of origin is Bulgarian. Добре дошли на завършването на Brookline High School, класа 2024 година.
Minasan, konnichiwa. My name is Julia Imai, and my language of origin is Japanese. 2024年 Brookline High School 卒業式にようこそ.
Vanakkam, my name is Kevin Nasir, my language of origin is Tamil, the oldest language in the world. 2024 ஆம் ஆண்டு புரூக்லைன் உயர்நிலைப்பள்ளி பட்டமளிப்பு விழாவிற்கு வரவேற்கிறோம்.
Καλησπέρα. My name is Zen Papamichael and my language of origin is Greek. Καλώς ήρθατε στην αποφοίτηση του σχολείου του Brookline για την τάξη του 2024.
Namaskar, my name is Priya Katari and my dad's Amar Baba's language of origin is Bengali. আপনাদের সবাইকে ব্রুকলাইন উচ্চ বিদ্যালয়ের 2024 স্নাতক সমারোহের আমন্ত্রণ জানাই।
Salam, my name is Sophia Sharouz and my language of origin is Farsi. Khoshamadid Bajashne Fargotasilia Sale 2024 Chahare Dabiristane Brookline.
Zdravo. My name is Anja Radosavljević.
And my name is Pavla Rajlić, and our language of origin is Serbian.
Dobrodošli na ceremoniju diplomiranja generacije.
2024. u srednjoj školi u Brookline.
Dobar dan, my name is Jacqueline St. Clair and my language of origin is Croatian. Dobro došli na ceremoniju srednje škole Brookline.
Përshëndetje, my name is Alex and my language of origin is Albanian. Mirë se erdhën në ceremoni graduim e Gjimnazit Brookline High School për klasën e 2024.
And Sufi Soon, my name is Ziad Bilyamoun and my language of origin is Amazigh of North Africa. Gesfor nus gas en sin I fidden simrod kus.
Olá, my name is John and my language of origin is Portuguese. Bem-vindos à cerimônia de graduação de Brookline High School de 2024.
Shalom, my name's Rana.
My name is Ofri.
And our language of origin is Hebrew. Bruchim Abayim Leteches Asiyum Shel Tichon Brookline High School Machzor 2024.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Miriam and my language of origin is Arabic. أهلا وسهلا فيكم في مدرسة الثانوية بروكلاين لسنة 2024.
Ni hao. My name is Kaixi Zhang.
And Yu Tian Li. Our language of origin is Chinese.
欢迎来到布鲁克林高中
2024届毕业生的毕业典礼。
Здравствуйте. My name is Sasha Lyansky, and my language of origin is Russian. Добро пожаловать на выпускную церемонию 2024 года Brookline High School.
Un caro saluto a tutti. My name is Carlotta Zanini. My language of origin is Italian. Benvenuti alla cerimonia di consegna dei diplomi di maturità della Brookline High School per la classe del 2024. Ciao!
Hi, my name is Giovanni Antonio Osorio. My great-grandfather, James Priestley, class of 1945, enlisted in the Navy to serve in the war and was unable to attend graduation. In 2003, 58 years later, he, along with many of his classmates, finally crossed the stage to receive their diplomas. My grandfather, Paul Lauro Priestley, attended Brookline Public Schools and has been a part of the BHS faculty since 1995. My mother, Vina Priestley, crossed this very stage in 2006, receiving her diploma. Now it is my honor and privilege to cross this stage and welcome everyone to the 2024 Brookline High School commencement.
Thank you, seniors, for that beautiful welcome, and what a beautiful day we have. Whew, so seniors, it is finally here. The big day that you have worked for, waited for, wanted for so long. Congratulations. I hope that you feel all of the love here for you as you get ready to set sail on your big adventure. Class of 2024, you know about some big adventures. You were the class that started BHS just a few short months after the world paused. You were online and on screens. You were socially distanced and distant socially. I was reminded by one of your parents that you didn't get to sit together in the quad on your first day, hot and awkward in the sun, a sea of ninth graders waiting to see what you'll become. Instead, you sat in Zoom squares, trying to figure it out. And you did, slowly but surely, year after year, change after change, you did. And you will continue to figure it out. You will continue to find ways to meet the obstacles in front of you because you have the tools. You know how to meet a challenge and face it with determination. I am so proud of you all, and we are so excited to watch you receive the reward for all of your hard work.
Class of 2024, I want to thank you. At the beginning of this year, some of you not only received a new guidance counselor, but a new dean in me as well. That's a lot of change in the senior year, and yet we knew that all of you will be able to handle it. Big shout out to Kareem Azeb, your former dean who passed the torch. Thank you for every handoff. I enjoyed supporting you and being your dean. Y'all kept me busy this year. For some of you, getting to this day was not easy. And it's on those tough days when I get to watch you dig deep and do what you need to do that I'm motivated. I hope you know also you inspire and motivate students who will be missing seeing you in the hallways and the STEM Commons. Class of 2024, your legacy will always be found in how you meet change. I'm so proud to have been a part of that journey with you. Congratulations. And now, it is our pleasure to introduce to you our head of school, Mr. Anthony Meyer.
Oh boy. Thank you, Dean Williams. Thank you, Dean Jones. Can we express our appreciation for their stewardship of this storied class? Good afternoon. My name is Anthony Meyer, and it is my honor to serve as Brookline High School's head of school. I join our international students in welcoming everyone to commencement for the class of 2024. Welcome, parents and guardians, families and friends. Welcome, school and district, faculty, staff, and administration. Welcome, class of 1974. We are grateful for your presence and the history you offer us. Most of all, right here, welcome members of the class of 2024. This is your day. You look beautiful and you are beautiful. You see, others agree. We rightly began these commencement exercises with an international welcome. As Dean Jones noted, we take great pride in Brookline High's diversity. As he also noted, our students speak more than 70 languages, and their families hail from places around the globe. Today, with so much happening in the world that divides, let this international welcome remind us, each and all, to understand, respect, and celebrate human differences. We are one school community, beautiful and imperfect, assembled to honor our 509 graduates. Let us do so together. Thank you. Beyond offering a warm welcome to all, particularly the class of 2024 cohort, I need to share the nearly overwhelming sense of gratitude I feel this afternoon as we honor this storied class. An event like this requires immense work by high school custodial and clerical staff, counselors and deans, and your incredible Brookline High School faculty. Thanks also to our many community partners, including Parks and Open Spaces, the Brookline Police Department, and the Brookline Interactive Group. I offer specific thanks to our registrar, Fazia Mazar, and to our assistant head of school, Hal Mason. Can we give thunderous thanks to everyone involved in making this graduation a lived reality? We can. Okay, class of 2024, let me focus my love and adoration where it most belongs, on you. When we tell the story of this storied cohort, we must begin before your BHS beginning, in 8th grade. As others today will no doubt reflect, your 8th grade essentially ended in March of 2020 with the COVID shutdown of schools. Yours was a bridgeless transition to Brookline High School. No final exams, no last few months of class bonding, trips, or proper goodbyes, no graduation. It must have been strange and scary to see so much in society fail and falter around you. And yet here you are, class of 2024, living powerful proof of determination. After our systemic failure in that first coronavirus spring, the faculty and staff of Brookline High School, with the support of many, developed an ambitious program for your 9th grade year. You experienced a strange and beautiful stew of remote, hybrid, in-person, 6-foot distancing, masks, antiseptic wipes, OWL cameras, pool testing, vaccinations, attestations. We could go on and on. Indeed, 2021, your first year, was a strange school year. You often must have wondered who you were and what exactly you were doing at this Brookline High School. I know that I did. And yet you grew as citizens, students, and human beings despite the sheer strangeness of it all. Sophomore year, you transitioned to the main campus, and Brookline High began to move toward a new normal. A prolonged labor dispute impacted that year, culminating in a one-day strike. I mention this not to stoke frustrations or past frustrations. Rather, I hope you can see that you had a second school year when trust was tried and systems struggled. And yet here you are, class of 2024, living, powerful, beautiful proof of determination. Fortunately, high school is not a 2-year endeavor. You found your footing at Brookline High School, and you leave a powerful legacy. Throughout your 4 years, you called out injustices in our schoolhouse, larger community, and well beyond. You used legislatures, student council, and judiciary to make significant changes to our handbook that make this a more just and transparent institution. You held walkouts and rallies. You developed powerful days of programming and helped the culture we not only want, but need at BHS. For that, I am forever grateful. As a cohort, you were and are noteworthy for the beautiful art you created, from plays, musicals, concerts, and dance performances, to paintings, drawings, sculptured, ceramics. Your creations transfixed BHS. I am grateful for the many opportunities to see and hear your art over the last 4 years. Please continue to express and impress as you move on from this place. The class of 2024 has a stellar collection of athletes, and it has been a joy to watch you compete. While I never want to see a basketball game played with masks on again, I have loved the return to relative normalcy in athletics during your tenure. Real seasons, robust participation, postseason competition, and some state championships. Go Warriors. Thank you, Warriors, for representing us so well. The most sacred work of Brookline High School happens in the classroom each and every day, and you excelled here most of all. This past April's special awards ceremony featured myriad accomplishments as scholars, leaders, and community members. You daily made your teachers proud to teach you and witness your growth as learners. Attending several of our smaller programs' graduation celebrations over the last couple of weeks has made clear the many ways you have found your place at BHS and made this place better. And that is the point. We preach quite a bit about not being done yet, about always endeavoring to improve, about not being defined by your mistakes. And now you are done with Brookline High School. You have overwhelmingly found your places here, created lasting friendships, and found mentors and trusted adults among our incredible faculty and staff. I am elated to celebrate you and with you this afternoon. I end with a quick shout out and a piece of advice. Over the last 4 years, I have had the pleasure to support an advisory cohort. Amidst the chaos and challenge of Lead BHS, having time with all of you each week was a joy. I cannot muster the words to celebrate the ways you have grown and become the best version of yourselves. I will miss you gobs and want to see and hear from the future versions of you. Thank you for being my students. Last, a piece of advice. Over the last several years, including year 4 at BHS, I have witnessed a growing penchant for outrage in our society. We call out more than we call in. We shame, we cancel. In doing so, we miss opportunities to practice empathy, grace, and forgiveness. I am not asking you to stay silent when you witness wrongdoing. I do ask you to consider shifting some outrage toward empathetic understanding. We must find ways to make connections, foster community, and work through differences. I believe you can and will do this, class of 2024. Your time has involved immense challenges, and yet here you are, very soon to be graduates, living powerful proof of determination. It is now my honor to introduce our school committee chair, Dr. Andy Liu. In addition to serving our community as a school committee member throughout your tenure, Dr. Liu made a recent career change and teaches math at Lynn Classical High School. I'd like to think it is a testament to this cohort, the class of 2024, that Dr. Wu witnessed the last 4 years of school and decided, even then, to become a teacher. Thank you for your service, Dr. Liu, and for celebrating the class of 1974. And thank you, class of 2024.
Thank you very much, Head of School Meyer. It's a joy to be here to congratulate the graduating class of 2024 and to welcome the 50th reunion class of 1974 to today's commencement exercises. Since I have no personal memories of 1974, I consulted the yearbook to find out what was going on during your senior year. Here are some highlights. For the first time ever, the boys' varsity soccer team entered the state tournament and won their first playoff against Andover. Girls' gymnastics had an excellent record and ranked 11th in the state. Boys' varsity basketball finished 13-7 and qualified for the state tournament. And the girls' swim team had a strong season, finishing with a league record of 5-2. BHS Thespians entered the yearly festival competition with the futuristic play The Veldt by Ray Bradbury, which was very well received. A student advisory board was created to advise the school committee. That collaboration continues. This year, we were fortunate to have BHS senior Laura Clevis serving as the student representative on the school committee. Laura's research and advocacy did much to set the agenda for the school committee and for discussions within the wider community. On September 23rd, 1973, the rope broke on the flagpole just behind me. 4 months later, a steeplejack came to climb the flagpole and fix the rope. His name was Frank W. Price, and he charged us $1.25 per foot climbed. So he must have paid him $125. The action photos can be found in your yearbook. Finally, BHS students were addressed by Congressman Father Robert Drinan, one of only 2 Catholic priests ever to serve in Congress. Father Drinan was an anti-war activist who called for President Nixon to be impeached over the secret bombing of Cambodia. Nixon did resign under threat of impeachment, although not for that. Of all the other things that happened in the wider world in 1974, I'll just mention one. Some farmers digging in a field near Xi'an, China, noticed some shards of ancient clay. They kept digging and discovered the first of the now famous terracotta warriors, the first emperor's virtual army for the afterlife. 50 years on, replicas of 2 of these warriors adorn the front entrance here at BHS. China has become a superpower, and we have a wonderful exchange program with a school in Xi'an, interrupted for now by the pandemic. I hope that our graduates of 1974 and 2024 can look back and say that a Brookline education has prepared us well to pursue truth and seek justice as the world transforms itself. For commencement 2074, we look forward to welcoming back this year's graduating class right here on Cypress Field, and perhaps also some members of the class of 1974. Thank you, and congratulations from the school committee.
Class of 2024, please welcome our first student speaker, Nandita Raman.
Can you see okay? Can you see okay? Can you see okay? Good afternoon, everyone, and a very special welcome to the class of 2024 at Brookline High School. My name is Nandita Raman. I am an aphonic communicator. I can speak like all of you, but you cannot hear my voice due to muscle weakness from a rare disease. Instead, to hear my words, people have to read my lips. My nurse, Haley, will be phonating, which is reading my lips for me today. Congratulations, class of 2024 at BHS. We made it. We started high school in September 2020 during the height of the pandemic. Remember when we could not attend school in person? We were forced to isolate and learn over Zoom, which was hard for some of us. Over time, we, the Warrior class of 2024, learned to have fun over Zoom. In spite of ups and downs, we are all here after 4 years to graduate from BHS. Each one of us has experienced other challenges too. Overcoming these challenges has made us stronger, and we are better prepared to deal with challenges we will encounter in the future. To those who think we will give up when we encounter challenges, know that we warriors do not quit. We never stop trying. Like all of you, I too have had to overcome a number of challenges in my life. My journey to date, like all of yours, is one of persistence, grit, and tenacity. I was born with infantile Pompe disease, a rare disease that weakened my muscles. I am physically disabled and rely on a ventilator to breathe and a wheelchair to move. When I was little, I also lost the ability to phonate and had to devise ways to communicate with others. Over time, I found that I could not only communicate simple thoughts, but also write essays and speeches and solve problems in calculus using aphonic speech. While attending school remotely and communicating aphonically, I have been able to graduate from BHS with a college preparatory curriculum and a 4.0 GPA. I will head to UMass Boston this fall, where I plan to study math and become a teacher. This BHS warrior will now be a beacon at UMass Boston. As a warrior and a beacon, I hope to inspire others not to give up. When others tell us we can't, we say we can. Then, with persistence, grit, and determination, we do it. We did it, BHS class of 2024. We will do it again and again and again. While celebrating our achievements, we must remember that we did not do it alone. Numerous people, many but not all of whom are here today, have helped us along the way. My friends, take a moment in your heads and hearts to thank those individuals who helped get you here today. I would like to take this moment to thank and celebrate my amazing and loving paternal grandmother who passed away in June 2020. Dada, I know you are watching me from heaven. I love you. I simply do not have enough time today to thank all the people who have helped me in countless ways. From researchers who devised a therapy for infantile Pompe disease to an incredible team of healthcare professionals at various hospitals, to teachers and other educators at Brookline Public Schools, I offer my heartfelt thanks. Thanks also to my parents, and a very special thanks to my brother Nihal, who has been the biggest cheerleader in my life. However, most of all, I would like to thank those of you who had faith in me. When I was 3 years old, Miss Vicki Milstein interviewed me for the BEAT program in the UA building. At the end of the interview, she stood up and said, "We will educate this little girl." Many others, while not using the same words, echoed the same sentiment. These believers gave me the gift of hope, faith, and confidence. You made me a warrior and a beacon. I will not let you down. BHS class of 2024, today is a very special day, as it celebrates not only our graduation from BHS, but also the beginning of the next phase of our lives. As we gather today, let us celebrate not only our graduation from BHS, but also our persistence, tenacity, and grit. Let us also celebrate and thank those who had faith in us and helped us along the way. As warriors, let us face, not run away, from the challenges and adversity that we will inevitably face in life, and let us do it with humility and gratitude. Congratulations, class of 2024. Thank you.
Thank you. Very nice. Thank you so much. And thank you, Nandita, for reminding us that no matter where we start, we can persevere to become all that we are meant to be. Class of 2024, please welcome Syra Chander, RG Rose, Papa Top, Proto Papadakis, Nico Piken, Benjamin Brinkeroff, Colin Cox, Jack Bryan, Calder Shen as they perform Searching for a New Day by Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings.
gotta be a better way. But there ain't no golden goose that'll get you paid. Through the hard times, can't sit on the sidelines. No, we gotta get ahead. I'm gonna keep on trying. I've been searching for a new day. Some peace of mind is gonna come my way. And if we don't find it, I'll keep on searching for it. I hope you'll find it. I know I'll find it. If I found what I'm looking for, I could rule the world. A brand new superstar, once an ordinary girl. With my newfound fame, I could lend a helping hand to all those in need, however I can. And since we both know what I'm looking for, maybe you can be the one who can open up the door. Do you hear me stomping? Everyone is knocking. You know we're trying to get ahead. I'm gonna keep on trying. I've been searching for a new day. Some peace of mind is gonna come my way. And if you don't find it, I'll keep on searching for it. I hope you find it. You know I'll find it. Some peace of mind is gonna come my way. And if you don't find it, I'll keep on searching for it. I hope you find it. I know I'll find it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Give it up for them. Woo! Fantastic, y'all. Fantastic. Oh, with a BHS career spanning 27 years, 28 whole years, Elon Fisher is one of the best and one of our most beloved teachers. Endlessly dedicated to students and extremely generous with his time, Elon is truly invested in who his students are and will become. So much so that for years he managed a writing project where students would write themselves a letter. After graduation, they would receive that same letter 10 years to the day. And Mr. Fisher would see to it that every student would get theirs. That's a level of dedication. Elon, not everyone would or could do that work. One of the things that we love most about you is how you help students to become better tellers of their own stories. In some way, it's the narrative of the work elevated, just like you. Thank you so much. And we are so pleased to welcome as our faculty speaker, Mr. Elon Fisher. You're welcome. This is a little janky here. There you go.
How's that? Sure. Can you hear me? Woo! Okay, Dr. Guillory, Mr. Meyer,
Dr. Lou, Dean Williams, my great friend, class of 2024, everyone else on the stage, you too, family, friends. For the past 30 years, I've had the pleasure of teaching at least one senior class. I've come to know a lot about seniors. This year, I taught 4 sections of seniors, which means about 20% of the entire class, 20% of the people here, my class. I know a lot about you. For that reason, I'd like to start with a few brief announcements. Seth Wolpowitz, is Seth here? Seth, could you please put your math homework away? And Ideen David, where's Ideen? Ideen, I'd really like it if you would stay in your seat for the entire ceremony. No lapse. No lapse. Sophie Young, where's Sophie? Sophie, I'm hoping that you're not sitting next to a close friend. It's going to be really distracting. And Odin, where's Odin? Odin, can you take off those big headphones? It just doesn't belong. Okay, I think I'm ready now. First, I want to begin by thanking you for this huge honor. Brookline High School has been honoring retiring teachers by inviting them to speak at graduation for the past 5 years. And the previous speakers have all been huge heroes of mine. Chris Vick, Mary Birchnall, Lewa Shorter, Betsy Davis, Gary Schiffman. I stand on the shoulders of these giants. In my 28 years at Brookline High School, I've had the privilege of working with many, many great teachers. It's also an honor to speak with you today because it represents a great amount of trust this community has placed in me to impart wisdom and instruction to Brookline teens. No one has vetted this speech in advance. No one. We live in a time where many in this country don't trust teachers. They worry that teachers are trying to indoctrinate rather than educate. A side note, I've been trying mostly unsuccessfully to teach students how to use a comma correctly for many years now. If anyone here fears that I might have brainwashed these students into following radical beliefs, I don't think you have to worry too much. This community has supported me, funded me, helped me, and trusted me, and I very much appreciate that. Now, in most large organizations, they honor retirees with something nice, like a gold watch or a pair of cufflinks, a retirement bonus, that would be nice, or some monetary reward. Instead, I get to stand in this sun and deliver this speech, which actually is the greatest gift I could have hoped for. It gives me a chance to thank you all, and especially the parents and community members who are here. I want to thank all of the families in the audience on behalf of all of the families whose children I've taught over the years, which I estimate is about 3,000. As a parent of 2 BHS graduates myself, I know that it often feels like a risk to turn your children over to others to educate. Teachers have a huge impact on students' self-confidence and sense of themselves. They can foster or harm students' emotional lives. There are few students who are not harmed by the actions of an unfair or uncaring teacher. There are few who do not benefit from a teacher who is encouraging, caring, and who sees their potential rather than dwelling on their current weaknesses. So, community, thank you for trusting me with your kids. When I meet people outside of school and tell them I teach high school, they act like my job was that of a lion tamer or a guard at an insane asylum. How can you spend your entire day with teenagers? They ask, or they say things like, "Bless you, son, for your work," as if I'm administering to the sick or caring for lepers. As you all know, sometimes teenagers can be a little bit frustrating and a little bit annoying, and even a little bit rude sometimes. But most of the time, at least at BHS, they are friendly, caring, and interesting. And they are often hysterical. Most days, at least one of my students does or says something that cracks me up. The families in this community have lent me a group of great people. For the most part, these kids are the most interesting and are more interesting and far more lively than most of the adults I know. For this, I must thank the families, so thank you. 5 years ago, English teacher Mary Birchinall stood at this very podium and told BHS graduating class of 2019, "I have so much to tell you. I have nothing to tell you." With the passage of 5 years, I feel as if I have even less to tell you, and perhaps for similar reasons. I've been at BHS for nearly 30 years, and in that time, so much has changed. When I got here, for example, Bill Clinton was president of the United States. Google, Facebook, TikTok didn't exist. And Brookline teachers didn't even have email accounts. We actually had to talk to each other. It was crazy. I was one of the handful of teachers that the district was able to hire due to Proposition 2.5, and nearly all of my colleagues were 55 years older or older and had been teaching here for 20 years. I was a new kid on the block. 2 massive renovations would transform a rundown building covered by ivy with the beautiful postmodern structure that now surrounds us. There was no MCAS tests back then. Very few students took AP exams. There was no Canvas to check 24/7. Our college education was still relatively affordable. Getting a decent paying job right out of high school was still an option, and the curriculum was much more relaxed. The headmaster of the school wore cowboy boots. I didn't have this today, no. Okay, just checking. I wore a coat and tie to class, and belly buttons were not shared in public. I don't know if parents are aware of this when they leave the home. Okay. Headphones, which were connected to cassette tape players, were banned in the hallway, and using the phone meant finding a quarter and dialing from a public payphone. During the school day, there was no one you could call anyway. As much as I try to convince myself that I'm up on Gen Z culture, my daughter still rolls her eyes at me whenever I try to prove it. This year, I spoke with my class about twerking. And they all pretended that they'd never heard about this before, forcing me to show them twerking videos. They're still laughing at me today. My own areas of expertise are a bit more arcane. I know a lot of sophisticated vocabulary words. I have a master's degree in American and British literature. I can talk with you about literary theory, postmodernism, philosophy, art history, the history of opera, jazz, 80s pop music, history of high school education in the US. But I doubt that this would be of much interest to many of you. You're still listening, right? Dean, are you still in your chair? Yeah, cool, okay. Okay, so let's forget all that stuff. Much like you've forgotten my lessons on commas and all the other information that teachers have tested you on. So, what is it really that I have to tell you? Let's try this. As you leave BHS and go off in the world to make your way, make yourself believe in the power of magic. That's it. Believe in magic. I want you to think of magic as a process, not as a set of parlor tricks. Many years ago, some of the faculty may remember, I gave a speech in which I compared teaching to the medieval science of alchemy, which, adherents claimed, could be used to turn common metal, like lead, into gold. A great teacher, I said at the time, looks at a rough and tumble teenager who never does her homework, never participates in class, often comes in late, sees, the teacher does, a small twinkling, a glimmer of something, and then works to nurture that something into a source of self-confidence, academic success, and maybe even joy. That is magic. That's why I've stayed in the teaching profession for 30 years. I understand magic as a process by which we look at what seems to be impossible and then say to ourselves, well, maybe if I just tried this. It's when you announce, I know this will seem crazy, but it's when you suspend your natural and justified skepticism for long enough to peek around the corner to see if just maybe the unexpected is for you. Magic happens all the time in sports, right? The team with absolutely no chance pulls out a major upset. The team that's on the verge of elimination somehow finds a way to postpone the inevitable defeat and squeak by for that miracle victory. The untested walk-on makes the big play in the big game. Boston sports fans have been witness to this sort of magic a lot in the last decade or so. So, if this happens on the playing field, why not open yourself up to the possibility that could happen in your own life? Sure, it might seem unlikely that you'll discover the next miracle drug or write the next great American novel or create the next Amazon, but perhaps, magically, it might happen. It seems hard to believe that you'll be able to master the rigors of med school or the knowledge set of an architect or even the complexities of doing your own laundry next year. I know for some of you that's going to be a big awakening. But maybe you can. Maybe you just will. I'm not talking here about mere optimism. Optimism is based at least on a little bit of logic and fact. An optimist will argue that a glass that appears half empty is actually half full. An optimist will never argue that an empty glass might actually be a full glass. But that's what I'm calling on you to do. Try to see things that aren't there but could or maybe even should be. Practice starting sentences with phrases like, "This might not seem possible, but I know it's not worked in the past, but it's never been done before, but," or even, "Despite what everybody says, I am going to go for it." When I was little, my father insisted that I never use the word can't. And in many ways, my sage advice is his sage advice. You can find new friends next year, friends who will be as meaningful to you as the ones you made here at BHS. You can find a way to get a job that will fulfill you. You can find ways to gather the support you need to realize your dreams. You can find a way to convert your passions into a vocation. And perhaps more importantly, together, we can prevent our world from being destroyed by climate change. We can find a way to move beyond the polarization and the racism that has polluted social media and our country as a whole. We can find a way to preserve our democracy and the right of every citizen to cast their vote and have it counted. Okay, so now I am no longer stealing from my father. I'm actually stealing from Barack Obama. Si se puede. Remember when he was the big campaign slogan? Some of you may remember that. One of my strongest memories from my time at BHS is from January 20th, 2009, when the entire school crammed into the Schlunston Gymnasium to watch Obama be inaugurated as president. You can ask anyone who was there. It was a magical moment. Okay, so here's the thing. I had planned to end this speech by pulling a rabbit out of my hat or making coins appear from Mr. Mason's ears, or perhaps even sawing Mr. Meyer in half. Just out of curiosity, how many would like you to see me saw Mr. Meyer? So I brought my saw with me. I have to warn you in advance, I haven't quite perfected this trip, but I've watched a lot of YouTube videos. Like, I think I've got it. Yeah, Mr. Poon, do we have time for this? Does that mean you want me to cut him or I'm cut? Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, guys. Last words, I promise. Instead, I'll have to leave you with this. The world, your world, can be a magical place if you just look at it in the right way. My many years at BHS have been magical. I've seen a lot of magic happen. May your lives be filled with the same magic for years and years to come. Congratulations, class of 2024. Woo. Thanks, guys.
Come on, family and friends. Keep it going for Mr. Elon. Give it up, guys. Thank you so much for your kind words and wisdom and dedication not only to our students, but the BHS community as well. Class of 2024, please welcome Clara Vandervelde singing When We Were Young by Adele.
Everybody here is watching you, 'cause you feel like home. You're like a dream come true. But if by chance you're here alone, can I have a moment before I go? 'Cause I've been by myself all night long, hoping you're someone I used to know. You look like a movie, you sound like a song. My God, this reminds me of when we were young. Let me photograph you in this light in case it is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we were sad of getting old. It made us restless. It was just like a movie. It was just like a song. I was so scared to face my fears, 'cause nobody told me that you'd be here. And I swear you'd moved overseas. That's what you said when you left me. You still look like a movie. You still sound like a song. My God, this reminds me of when we were young. Let me photograph you in this light in case it is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we were sad of getting old. It made us restless. It was just like a movie. It was just like a song. When we were young, when we were young, when we were young, when we were young, and a pause to get me back, but everything just takes me back to when you were there, to when you were there, and a part of me keeps holding on, just in case it hasn't gone. I guess I still care. Do you still care? You still look like a movie. You still sound like a song. My God, this reminds me of when we were young. When we
Wow, simply beautiful. Great voice. Thank you, Clara. Now we welcome to the podium our second speaker, Hattie Leon.
I woke up with a really bad cold and no voice a few days ago, so just bear with me. Okay. Every Sunday night for the past 4 years, like the rest of you, I have opened up my email to two things. One, Mr. Meyer's face in front of the Great Wall of China. And two, an email that begins with Dear Warriors. Let me ask you, when you think of a warrior, what comes to mind? In my experience, a warrior is Chris Evans in a Captain America suit, gorgeously fighting aliens. And if this was the type of warrior at BHS, dare I say my dating life may have been a little bit more successful. But in all seriousness, the media and news we consume shows warriors who don suits of steel to avoid vulnerability and carry weapons because they have been taught their only hope is conflict. I never sported BHS merch because the warriors I pictured every time I read that Sunday email or saw a BHS shirt in the hallways stood up tall, strong, and powerful. These BHS warriors had become CEOs and CFOs and regional managers, an assistant to the regional managers. Yet, like most warriors, they stood facing each other instead of side by side. I'm standing up here today because I fear that all we will remember of BHS is the times we have fought. Teacher against student, class against administration, grades against mental health. I fear that all of you, including myself, will go into the world thinking that because we are warriors, not only our school, but our earth is a war zone. Now, I would like us to remember our 4 years here, starting with COVID. We sat in the basement of Old Lincoln, planning trips with friends for when lockdown was finally over. We laughed over Zoom breakout rooms and pair decks, then stood in the crowd at the Atlanta shootings vigil, awestruck by the authority and tenacity of BHS's speaking seniors. We played sports through masks, even though they clung to our faces, finding community in the middle of terror and joy amidst the chaos. Years later, we sat in the auditorium between blocks in the Day of Dialogue, watching both students and teachers gather at the front to dance to Lady Gaga. There was no animosity, no inauthenticity, only faces of the courageous who found light in changing our school culture one story at a time. We watched that spring as our teachers agreed to write a combined 1,026 college rec letters. That's about 35 letters per teacher. I don't know about you, but I could barely finish my Common App, let alone 34 more essays. We grew to understand the fundamental facts of life. A, that the catalyst for World War I was the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand. B, that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. And C, that high school teachers are saints. Sorry, I'm gonna wait for the music. We were challenged, questioned, and nurtured. We became real, thoughtful humans. We took from those who gave kindness and effort freely. Let's do a little thought experiment here. Out of the seniors here, raise your hand if you would like to spend the rest of your life in a confined space with 30 teenagers who smell like BO. Oh my gosh, no takers today. Now we wait in the sandwich line. We watch as the woman standing behind the deli counter carefully puts on the boom boom sauce, pepper jack, and tomatoes on a slice of white bread without a second glance or word said. We wonder what she is making, then we realize she knows every kid in that line's order by heart. So while these moments may be my personal memories, I challenge you to think of your own. When kindness and belief lift us up in ways we take for granted or don't think about. All of these moments are what we should take with us from BHS into the rest of our lives. When you find yourself with an annoying roommate in college, a terrible boss at work, or a teacher that seems like they don't want to help you, remember, you were raised at BHS, and that means you were raised with love. Because all of us know love, even though you may not think you do. Every time a grade pops up on Canvas, that is love. Every time the music collective plays for someone on Valentine's Day, that is love. Every time a kid pulls a fire alarm for you during a math test, that is love. And every time Mr. Meyer sends a painstakingly carefully worded email, whether or not you agree with it, that is love. Now, I'm no longer afraid of being a BHS warrior because I know what we are. Give me a second. Okay. Now, we are kind and caring. We are considerate of others and genuinely believe in the work we do and the people around us. We are warriors that strip our armor when someone needs compassion, warriors who fight for causes by putting down their weapons. Let us lead our future classes, jobs, and lives with the peace and hope we have learned at BHS. Take my hand and let us enter the world as warriors of love.
Thank you, Hattie, so much for those powerful words. Give it up again, guys. Give it up. Thank you for reminding us of the true definition of a warrior spirit. And now it's time to introduce our keynote speaker, who has been an educator here at BHS for 20 years, Kara Flynn Carson. Kara has taught English courses like Literature of Love, Dark Literature, and Philosophy of Language, and social studies courses on education, and now the Social Justice Leadership course. Kara has also supported students as a Learning Center teacher. Her background as a drummer comes in handy at the open monthly mic show organized in SWS. Both as a teacher and a liaison to the Sharp Warriors, she loves watching students take action and become teachers and change makers for the things they care about. BHS Class of 2024, get on your feet, put your hands together, and please welcome Kara Flynn Carson.
Thank you so much. Okay. Hello, sweaty, beautiful class of 2024. I'm honored to share a few minutes with you on this important day. I'm going to start with a story. When my daughter was 6, I took her to a party where she didn't know many people. There was another kid about her age, and they plunked down in chairs next to each other. I looked over and saw them laughing at one point, thrilled they had made a connection. Later, I went over to check on her and saw them generating a numbered list. I heard one of them say, "You like ice cream? I like ice cream too." It became number 42 on their list. "What about swimming?" They smiled, nodded, and wrote it down. Monkey bars, mangoes, jumping in puddles. These strangers spent an hour constructing a list of well over 100 things they had in common. It made them feel like fast friends. There is wisdom in what they were doing, because in all things, there are similarities we can't see when we focus on establishing differences, and differences we conveniently ignore when we want to believe we are similar. But it is when we surround ourselves with people who are different and train ourselves to look for the connections, like my daughter and her new friend, that we build better communities. Personally, this rings true for me. I am the youngest of 4 kids, all very different from me in enriching ways. When I was in high school, a time when we sometimes rigidly decide what tribe to belong to, I was both a 3-sport athlete, team captain jock, and a punk rock kid. My questioning mind, my music, and my outfits were rebellious, and I was mostly a very polite rule follower. Socially, to draw on an 80s movie classic, I was friends with every category of kid in the Breakfast Club. And I learned something important from all of these varied friendships, because while there were many differences between us, I got curious about those differences and I focused on our similarities. As for my higher ed experiences, not many people can say they have gone to community college and Harvard, but I have. After graduating from my undergrad in philosophy and English at UVM, I took free night courses at Massasoit to get my preschool teacher's license while I worked with toddlers. I later got master's degrees from both Harvard and Simmons. I learned valuable things and met interesting, lovely people in all of those contexts. And the variety in the life experiences I was exposed to in that broad spectrum taught me that wisdom and status are rarely correlated. There were sages and fools at every school. What is much more important than status is empathy. When experiences are magical, I can see that the basis for that was empathy. And when things are harmful, I can see that the cause of it was often a breakdown in empathy. It seems that the best tool to heal the world is putting yourself in someone else's shoes and creating opportunity for others to do the same. It means taking a risk, but there are real rewards for those kinds of risks. As a teacher, I intentionally force my students into experiences that challenge them to grow their empathy. One of my favorite assignments is an interview project in which students have to identify something they care deeply about, something they would fight for or about, and then find someone who holds the opposite belief. They sit down in person or over FaceTime to do an interview where they are not allowed to state their own opinion, only ask questions to help them understand how their interview subject formed their belief and how it makes sense for them. Harrison, a well-mannered theater kid, chose the topic of propriety and etiquette and interviewed the lovable former math teacher, Dave Moore, who wore torn, ratty sweaters and saw manners as a pointless and oppressive tool used to judge and exclude others. Harrison was genuinely struck by the validity of Dave's points based on the stories he shared about life experiences that led him to his conclusions. Harrison learned to hold two opposing and valid ideas alongside each other. Another student, Jack, was a skateboarder who had gotten into an altercation with Hal Mason about skating in front of the school. He interviewed Mr. Mason to see their argument from another point of view. Jack was confidently angry, but then he sat across from Mr. Mason, who opened up to him about his job. Jack heard an explanation of why the rules about skating on the steps exist and what it's like to constantly have to deal with behavior like Jack's enraged reaction when reasonably trying to enforce a school safety rule. Not only did Jack learn to listen to, understand, and empathize with Mr. Mason, he was moved to apologize after their interview. Rachel, a pro-choice activist, interviewed one of the protesters outside of the clinic on Harvard Ave. What she learned is that they were nearly the same person, except that they were also complete opposites. They had grown up in politically engaged families who cared about putting action behind their values. They had gone to almost all of the same events and spent the days leading up to them making signs, making phone calls, and planning their community action. In this exchange, neither of them had their minds changed, but that was not the point of the assignment. Rachel could no longer dehumanize her opposition. This is a rare and important skill. What students learn from this assignment is that there is power in proximity, in putting yourself next to or across from someone who believes differently from you, not from a distant place of judgment, but from the intimacy of a one-on-one human interaction. When we see people as different, we don't listen attentively to what they have to say or notice all they have to offer. We stay stuck in our own limited perspective. Getting up close and personal with difference changes things. It's hard to look someone in the eye and dehumanize them. Class of 24, my hope for you is that you stand for your beliefs passionately and stay open to hearing different perspectives. I hope that you sit across from and next to people who look, pray, believe, and love differently than you do and get to know them. When you take those kinds of risks, the rewards are not just personal, they reverberate. I don't think we can heal the fracturing of our country and the world without that kind of mindset. So after you come up here and get your diploma, I hope that you start the important work of empathy, one humane interaction at a time. Go make us proud, class of 24, and congratulations.
Can we say thank you again to all of our student and faculty speakers? Now the moment I'm quite sure that many in blue in front of me have been waiting for. It is my honor to present the class of 2024 to Dr. Guillory, having met Brookline High School and the Public School of Brookline's graduation requirements. They are absolutely ready to be Brookline High School graduates. So it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Linus Guillory to accept this class.
Greetings to the Assembly, to our esteemed faculty, staff, and administrators, proud parents, caregivers, supporters, and most importantly, the class of 2024. On this day, June 2nd, 2024, we gather to celebrate a momentous milestone in your lives, your high school graduation. This is the day that we formally and officially recognize your hard work, dedication, and the remarkable achievements that have brought you to this pivotal point as an entire class, and release your passion, energy, efforts, and brilliance on the world at large. Each of you has faced challenges and triumphed over our obstacles and balanced them with academic excellence and deeper learning, and for that, you deserve immense applause. For the past 4 years have been unlike any other. You have navigated through unprecedented times with agency, advocacy, and resilience. The global pandemic tested your adaptability, remote learning challenged your discipline, and the return to in-person schooling required a renewed commitment. Yet, despite these hurdles, you have not only survived, you have thrived. You have excelled in academics, embraced technology, and found new ways to connect with your peers and teachers. You have shown that learning is not confined to the walls of a classroom, but is a community effort. You are now moving into the largest community that we can send you, your lifelong journey as a contributor to society. Your academic stamina, artistic expressions, athletic achievements, and community service have enriched our school and set a high standard for future classes. Through it all, you have learned invaluable lessons in perseverance, empathy, and innovation. These experiences have shaped you into strong, compassionate, and forward-thinking individuals ready to make a positive impact on the world. As you step into the next chapter of your lives, remember that the challenges you faced and the triumphs you've celebrated have prepared you for any and all things to come. The resilience you have developed will be your greatest asset as you pursue your dreams and aspirations. Believe in your ability to overcome adversity, to embrace change, and to continuously strive for excellence. You have proven that you can achieve greatness, and your paths are filled with possibilities. I'm incredibly proud of each and every one of you. Your journey has been inspiring, and I am confident that you will continue to shine brightly in all your future endeavors. Congratulations, class of 2024. May each of your paths be filled with endless opportunities, and may you always carry the warrior spirit of perseverance and optimism that has brought you to this moment. Continue to make wise, productive choices. Wishing you all the very best. Mr. Meyer, by the power vested in me by the Brookline School Committee and State of Massachusetts, I accept this class as duly meeting the prescribed requirements for a high school diploma. Congratulations, class of 2024.
Audience members, as we get ready to welcome the graduates across the stage, please remain seated. Please don't obstruct the view of other people. We have set up our little paparazzi zone over here on the left. Please enter only when it's your turn to take a picture and quickly exit that area so that other people have a chance to move in there and get that clean sight line. Thank you.
Hey, Warriors of Love, are you out there? That's class of 2024. Are you out there? We're about to start this thing. Families, take a deep breath. It's time. Kiddos in front of us, take a deep breath and savor this moment. It is time. All right, Will Finkley. Arstenbek Aitimbatov. Isabella Albanese. Liam Alcalay. Aaron Alforte. Andrew Alforte. Sienna Alisea. Meredith Allen. Henry Allen. Adam Al-Najjar. Vito Alpeza. Bruno Almaral. Henry Ames. Jaleel Ambrose. Alexi Anastopoulos. Larissa Anderson. Luca Andres. Leo Ansari. Adeze Anyausa. Diploma presented by parent Tara Anyausa, Pierce School nurse. Delphine Armand. Gabriel Aresti. Emily Arsenault. Sammy Ash. Summer Ash. Daniel Ashton Ricart. Kevin Asir. James Atkins. Gil Arkin. Annabelle Audeli. Anya Ballman. Hunter Bailey. Skylar Balderas. Ziad Balyamoon. Hannah Balsack. Andrew Bamberg. Tyler Barber. Chloe Barnes. Sadbilig Batsengel. Anya Bauman. Simra Bawa. Soraya Belfon. Noah Berkson. Hugo Bassin. Kieran Bella. Maxine Bidmead. Peter Blackburn. Morgan Blaze Ellis. Adair Blumen. Matvey Borodin. Eamon Boschel. Rowan Boyd. Zachary Boyer. Guyan Boyerzucci. Rena Branover. Isabel Braun. Megan Brennan. Benjamin Brinkerhoff. Kalina Brookfield. Rohan Brown. Jack Bryan. Dennis Bubbalo. Samuel Bunk. Luke Berkeley Wallers. Kayla Byron. Oliver Caramello. Jasmine Carew Lyons. Jonah Carr. Mateo Casagrande. Joshua Chan. Syra Chander. Stella Charbonneau. Zara Chaudhry. Ellie Chen. Kayla Chen. Kalina Chang. Rosemary Chang. Ella Chin. Luca Chow. Kailas Chato. Adrian Clark. Neil Clark. Soren Clark. Laura Klebes. Dayton Klinging-Smith, diploma presented by parent Garth Klinging-Smith, BHS educator. Andy Cohen. Hunter Conway. Abigail Cooney. Cullen Cox. Alberto Cuervo. Alana Cummings. Allison Cutler. Jaden Daniel. Rafaela Datel. Ideen David. Nasiah Davis. Gail Day. Guy DeBrito Pereira. Felicia De Oliveira, diploma presented by Kelly De Oliveira, BHS educator. Clara Del Camino Yang. Patrice Desir. Jakai DeSola. Benjamin Doctoroff. Daniel Dukov. Abram Duclos. Martin Ducrew. Alexander Duca. Calum Dula. Jacqueline Dupre. Naomi Durbin. James Dialchand Erickson. Elliot Ebert. Daniela Echeverria. Emma Eisenhower. Javen Elmekis. Nilufar Enyayet. Rachel Eng. Charles Engelman. Alex Epstein. Monica Epstein, diploma presented by parent Paul Epstein, BHS social worker. Gabriel Epstein. Tyra Escoto. James Everts. Zachary Fagnan.
Audrey Fahey. Rowan Fakari. Mia Fell. Harrison Ferguson. Jack Ferguson. Sarah Fernandez de Rocha. Luke Ferrer. Nathan Furman. Mia Finnan. Anya Foley. Amelia Foley. Cornelia Fox. Kira Francisco. Jasper Freeman Gritter. Uri Frankel. Ava Fu. Sarah Fung. Feno Galaberta. Isabel Galea. Madeline Galantine. Ronan Ganguly. Erica Garrido
Diploma presented by parent Maida Garrido Suarez, BEEP educator. Sean Gazaboff. Ella Gertner. Mia Gervais. Offrey Jeva. Amber Gerby. Ryan Gillis. Ezra Goldner, diploma presented by parent Mark Goldner, Hayes School educator. Morgan Grace. Darren Grant. Stephanie Gravely. Joshua Grayson. Lucas Grimes. Noah Grossman. Noah Gurdon. Gabriela Guzman Mercado. Nathaniel Hannigan, diploma presented by Jennifer Hannigan, BHS educator. Ian Hansen. Alexander Hatchett. Kian Hauser. Jack Henry. Diploma presented by Jim Henry, BHS educator. Dylan Herman. Sophie Hester. Brietta Higgins. Odin Hiltz. Francis Hochlittner. Lila Hoberg Dechter. Alan Huang. Wei Li Huang. Justin Hui. Nicholas Humbles. Isabella Hunter. Jamie Hines. Sonia Ayakobowski. Alessandro Ivarone. Clara Idlebrook. Julia Imai. Hannah Antilli. Nathaniel Ivers Mahoney. Nathan Ives. Amaria Jackson. Adia Jacob. Isabella Piper Jacopelli. Karen Jangaru. Elizabeth Jaime Lopez. Sophia Jane. Vinjay Jayachandaran. Kind of run through. Tobias Jen. Albert Zhuang. Lily Johnson Wengart. Nathan Jones. DeAndre Joseph. Alexandra Juster. Rowan Kakusi. Demetrius Kalazidis. Lucy Callagher. Evangeline Canaris. Ali Karimi Jeransaya. Joshua Karp. Bennett Kaysen. Ezekiel Kaysen. Kira Kassir. Priya Katari. Benjamin Kaufman. Lily Kaufman. Louis Kaufman. Fiona Keegan McGlynn, diploma presented by parent Rachel Keegan McGlynn, Lawrence School Educator. Leanna Kelly. Joseph Kestenbaum. Daniel Keenan. Satara Kakifarus. Maisam Khan. Zaina Khan. Andrew Kim. Bella Kim. Kim Kumin. Paula Kim. Anastasia Kimmel. Edie Kindle. Kaylin Karain. Noah Ketoff. Molly Kleiner, diploma presented by parent Deborah Kleiner, BEEP educator. Benjamin Coe. Nathaniel Korn Meyer. Kuya Kosugi. Keshav Krishna. Adva Krishnan. Anastasia Kunika. Abigail Lacey. Sarah Lazuninski. Anna Lane. Cooper Lawrence. Caleb Lee. Yisol Lee. Dasha Lefebvre. Itamar Leibowitz. Gregory Lemeshuk. Yuval Levy. Aiden Lexa. Yutian Lee. Harriet Liang. Alexander Lansky. Elon Lipton. Tali Lisai. Justin Loy. Latifa Lopes. Fauzia.
Should I wait? So we need the. Yeah. 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 Give me like a caw and all that. So I start? Okay. Yeah, I want him to come up, right? Harrison. Harrison Sclaver. Ari Ma. Shirun Ma. Sophia Ma. Jackson McGee. Momoka Mahara. Anuj Majumdar. Tristan Muxad. John Maloney. Dylan Mann Gallagher. Alexandra Materis Schaefer. Kira Materis Schaefer. Sarah Mautner Maslin. Thomas May. Nina Mayer. Bella McDevitt. Noah McGann. Andrew, too fast, too slow? Good? Good? Speed? Owen McKendry. Madeline McLaughlin. Gabrielle McMahon. Avery Melton. Rafael Mendez Sipen. Diploma presented by parent Pedro Mendez, BHS educator. Micah Merritt. Pablo Myers. Jemiah Middleton. Kiona Miller. Rowan Miller. Diploma presented by by parent Jed Miller, BHS coordinator of therapeutic programs. Taryn Miller. Logan Mims. Case Mitchell. Felix Molina. Joseph Moolman. Haru Mori. Natalie Moy. H.B. Mukasa. Charlotte Mullen. Cristian Munoz Rosado. Yamato Murakami. Chinmay Nagaraj. Devin Nahara. Alana Nandi. Sophia Naumov. Max Navarette. Mary Newbold. Matthew Weng. Gabriel Nigrovich. Elena Nikovsky. Matthew Knock. Henry Norman. Mar Norton Cruz. Diploma presented by parent Elena Cruz Lopez, profesora de español de BHS. Samaria Núñez Díaz. Kesaya Uchechi Nuosu. Sophie Nicetune. Jihyo Hana O. Sean O'Halloran. Ava Olsen Velasco. Penelope O'Neill. Caroline O'Neill. Haley O'Quinn. Anthony Ortiz, diploma presented by parent John Ortiz, BHS social worker. Violet O'Shea. Giovanni Osorio, diploma presented by grandparent Paul Laurel Priestley, BHS educator. Alexandra Oviedo. Nicolás Oyuela. Gotcha. Yenna Paik. Marina Penitz. Ellie Papakostas. Xenophon Papamichael. Gabriel Park. Nandita Raman. John Park. Neil Patel. Zlata Pavpertova. Sofia Peruki. Shabar Peterson Davis. Axel Peterson. Duck Pham. Brianna Pierre. Nico Piken. Anita Pira. Eric Poliansky. Lucas Pratt. Mateo Price Otero. Argyrios Protopapadakis. Sonia Provost. Anya Purdy. Connor Quigley. Anna Radakovich. Marie Amelie Radabaugh. Anya Radosavlevich. Amir Raduv. Pavla Rylich. Rowan Ramiro II. Israel Ramos Williams. Raul Rebello.
Zoe Soroka. Adi Reyes. Jason Rabat. Ian Rich. Jeremy Rijo Santana. Brianna Robinson. Jaden Robles. Gabriel Rodas. Stella Luna Rodriguez. Neriali Rodriguez Cruz. Julian Rodriguez Velez. Victor Roll. Lucy Root. Hermione Rosayala. Giselle Linda Rosario. Benjamin Rosenblatt. Samantha Rosenzweig. Maeve Ross. Graham Rothschild. Cesar Ruiz. Noah Saltzman Amigon. Claire Salvin. Leo Samuels. Luna Sanchez. Jasmine Sanchez Bodden. Mariana Sanchez Dahl. Joao Santos. Noah Saporito. Kazuto Satake. Arseny Savchenko. Keenan Sawada. Patrick Schlager. Aldo Schmitz Martinez. Michael Schroeder. Griffin Schroeder. Lena Schultzberg. Enzo Shipa. Ananda Scott. Audrey Seeger. Marco Salvaggio. Aviva Sessling. Sophia Charuz. Daniel Shamsi. Sophia Shatsky. Alisa Shapova. Caitlin Shen. Emery Shendi Ruiz. Han Hong Shi. Ali Sheikh. Ryan Shields. Yaroslav Shapitsyn. Mira Schreier. Harrison Siegel. Christopher Solis. Will Simkis Reddington. Zachary Skier. Ashton Slama. Daniel Soba. Jared Sokolov. Malik Solomon. Sigal Solomon. Emma Sun. Gabriel Spagat. Sebastian Spinelli. John Shrimurthy. Nithya Srinivasa. Pascal Srinivasan. Jacqueline St. Clair. Oliver Stern. Mihailo Stevanovic. Elliot Stolirov. Francis Strassman. Claire Sudduth. Takuto Suhira. Nyla Sullivan. Amy Sun. Jakubs Siruchek. Yuki Turnen. Jacqueline Thibodeau. Gabriel Thomas. Jesse Thompson. Miriam Tikriti. Isaac Toffel. George Tolis. Quentin Tong Ashorobi. Aster Toole. Charlotte Toole. Catherine Torres Perez. Eli Traub. Mark Tringas. Jonathan Sapira. Leah Tsolov. Tatsuya Tsunoda. Clara Tuck. Danelia Tulashova. Solomon Turchin. Beckett Tuttle. Fabian Ugalde. Amara Okamada. Malcolm Urena. Clara van der Velde. Sofia Vasquez. Sophie Vestin. Yana Volkova. Maximilian von Wagner. Dong Vu. Penelope Waldron. Cameron Walter. Justina Wang. Lu Chenji Sunny Wang. Sahil Wara, diploma presented by parent Ami Shuli, Runkle School educator. Penelope Ward. Krista Washburn. John Watson. Ezra Weintraub. Lucia Werner. Sienna West. Olive Wheeler, Owen Wheeler, Zachary Whitney, Penelope Winters, Aiden Wolfel, Ryan Wolf, Sophia Wolpin, Seth Walpowitz, Isabella Wong, Sanya Wong, Finn Woodman, Tianquo Wu, Dale Shu, Amir Yahalom, Grace Yang, Kelvin Yang, Michelle Yang, Yuhan Wang, Andy Yu, Sophie Young, diploma presented by Yana Young, FRR nurse. Alan Yu, Carlotta Zanini, Kai-Shi Zhang, Tony Zhang, Edward Zhang, Angela Zhou, Yuchen Zhu, and Uma Zerton Singleton.
This is Andy and then the alma mater.
I think it's me.
You and then the alma mater.
Well, we did the diploma, so I
Yeah.
think we now do the alma mater.
Yep, great.
And then I'll confirm.
And then you'll come up. Great. Go ahead.
Will all 12 of the senior members of the Camerata Choir please come to the stage to lead us in the singing of Brookline High School's alma mater?
Here, gather around here. All right.
Wait, are we? Wait, what? Wait, up here.
Okay, well, those are live mics in front of you. Use the mics in front of you. It's live.
All right.
Thank
excellent work by Camerata. I can't say that the alma mater is necessarily a great strength area of Brookline High School, ever to improve, but the Camerata did a wonderful job. So, class, well, I'm going to wait a second for everyone to be back in their spots so that we can have this momentous moment together. Please rise, class of 2024. By the power vested in me by the school committee and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I am proud to confirm that you, the class of 2024, are graduates of Brookline High School. Hurrah!
Thank you. At this time, we just want to take a moment to acknowledge our 4 educators who have volunteered to participate in the most anticipated part of this ceremony.
Our name readers for the class of 2024 are
Astrid Allen, Dean of Students for grades 9 and 11.
Mr. Lauren Green, MECO BHS Advisor and Program Enrich Coordinator.
Mr. Kevin Whitehead, Spanish teacher and National Honor Society faculty advisor.
Mr. Andrew Kimbo, World Language teacher. On behalf of the class of 2024, we thank you.
Thank you all so much for coming today. Please don't leave any trash on our beautiful field. And a big thank you to all of you watching near and far on the live stream set up by Brookline Interactive Group. A big thank you to Big for once again offering our families and friends near and far the opportunity to experience this milestone. Congratulations one last time to the Brookline High School class of 2024.